Hi everyone, this is Dr. Leary again. I created this video separate because you might need to refer back to it multiple times in order to remember it. And this is how you save all of the work that you've done. And you need to save each one of the files. Now, you need to consider creating a folder in your computer where you keep all of the files related to a particular research project. This would be any Word documents where you're keeping notes, any research articles you're using when you're writing your literature review, all of the files that we're talking about in these videos, anything else that you might have. Keep them all in the same folder so that you can easily find them and refer back to them. When it comes to your data files, if you are downloading survey data from an online data collection tool, such as Qualtrics, SurveyMonkey, RedCap, any of those, and there's hundreds of them out there, you need to save that data down and label it as your master file. Do not make any changes to your master file. If something goes terribly wrong and you have to start over, you need the original data. When you go and make edits to your Excel file, what I typically do is I remove the word master and I will put the date that I am working on a particular file. So let's pull up the data file. So this is the data file, and you're going to go File, Save As, Browse, and here I am going to label it whatever date it is that I am working on the file. So we're going to say March 30th, 2023. And you'll notice it updates the information here. I've got all of the edits that I made during that time. If I then go work in this data file at some point in the future, I would go through those same steps. I would remove the date and put in the new date. That way, if I realize that I messed something up the next day or 2 weeks from now, I can go back to March 30th and start from there. I should have notes that describe what I did each time I go into the data so that I know what I need to recreate. If there were any corrections in the data that I need to go in and redo, that type of information, so that I can start on March 30th versus having to go back 6 months to a year and starting in the master file. But you still have that master file in case you need it. So in this case, I've got my information. It's easy enough. I've cleaned up the information here that we talked about so that all the capital letters are consistent. All the spellings are consistent so that when I run frequencies, all the oranges should be grouped together. All of the blues should be grouped together. If I figure out that maybe I missed one of them, I can go in and make the changes. And then in my code book or in basically a research diary, a research journal, some professions call it a lab report or a lab journal where they keep copies and notes about what they did each day. I would mention that I had to go back in on this date and continue editing and correcting the favorite colors column. I had to correct the spelling, or I had to correct the capitalization, those types of things. Make those notes. Now when I'm ready to save this file, it should already be saved as a CSV because it originally was. But I can do save as. I can make sure it's still CSV and then hit save. And in this case, because I saved it a few minutes ago, it's going to make sure I really want to do that. And then I can close it. Now when you close CSV files, sometimes it will ask you to save it again. That is a normal reaction. You just tell it yes or no. If you say no, it's not going to close. You'll have to go through the steps of saving it as a different name or something like that. So that is saving your Excel file and keeping your records. Now with JASP, you'll notice these are some of the results that we ran earlier. Now maybe you've run your results, but you haven't been able to analyze them that closely, or you know that you're going to need them writing your report for class, something like that. But you've run out of time. You've got to go to work, you've got another class, you've got some sort of meeting, something like that. And so you want to save these results so that you can then go back to them without having to rerun the tests. You're going to go up here and click the blue lines, and you're going to save as. In this case, I'm storing it here, and this is the name of the data set, and I would type in so I typed in the day's date and what kind of information is in the results section. If I close it, I can then go back and open it again. Now in this case, it's going to show it here, and it's going to have my results. You come back the next day, the next week, whenever it is you're working on it again, you can continue running your statistics through the different types of statistics that we're going to run in the future videos, and they'll keep showing up down here. Maybe you've decided that you don't want these charts. So what you can do is you can look at this down arrow, and you can save it as an image or something like that. But if you want to get rid of them, what do? One thing you can do is collapse them so you no longer have to look at them. But you're kind of stuck with it. You can come up here and you can see the descriptive statistics you can remove, and it gets rid of everything. But you may not have wanted to do that. So in that case, you would close and you would say, do not save. And then you can reopen it, and it'll still be here because you did not save it. Here, we're going to go ahead and remove all of the results. And it's going to ask you, do you really want to do this? We're going to say no. So we cannot remove this particular section, but this is something that we can do. If you go over here, you'll remember we told it we wanted the distribution plots. So if we do not want distribution plots, we can now go over here, and it's removed them that way. So you can't necessarily remove information from your results section with these little carrots, but you can remove it by unchecking various boxes. If you decide that you no longer want the frequencies for relationship status, you can go up here. And what I did is I double-clicked relationship status. It bumped it over here. And you'll notice it got rid of the table down here. It also got rid of that information up here. So there's different ways that you can save or get rid of the information. Now, we've made some changes. We might decide that we want 2 different results sections for the same day. It happens. You would go Save As, whatever folder you're keeping it in. You'll notice it's got the same information, and here you would enter the time. Now you cannot use a colon in the time, so what I did is I put a period in place of the colon. And that saved it as the time, and it will also keep it so that you can get into the prior version of it. If you want to get rid of everything, like I showed you earlier, you can hit remove. It's going to get rid of everything, and then you can save your file. Just make sure that if you get rid of everything, you're okay getting rid of it and saving it versus doing a save as. So in the next videos, I'm going to talk about how you can run some statistical tests. If it's been a while since you had your stats class, you need to go back and read your chapters on how to use a t-test, how to use Pearson correlation, how to use Spearman correlation, and how to use ANOVAs. Pay attention to special considerations that you have to keep in mind when you're running these types of tests. What do you need to know about the data? What types of data you can use? That type of information. And I'll see you back in the next video.